Hey folks, Tom Norfleet with www.citizenshipquickly.com. Wanted to give you the scoop on the Grenada Citizenship by Investment program. They made some changes, but it's not reflected on the government website right now. They've reduced the real estate amount down, but it's not reflected on the government website. So I'm going to give you as it is right now, just in case the government changes things. Because I actually go by what the government lists and not hearsay or what lists come out. I'm going to give you two different options. One is the contribution option. The other one is the real estate option. Just to give you some basics too, and this is I'm going to tell you what it'd be for one person, also for a family of four, and these are for this is for a family of four with children that are at least 16 years or under. If it's over that, it would be higher depending on their ages. Let's just go over a couple of things here to go over that. Grenada actually started their program back in 2013. They did have a program before that, but it discontinued back around 2002 because of 9/11 that occurred, and then they brought it back in 2013. The contribution option is called the National Transformation Fund. It's used to improve things like the tourism, agriculture, and also alternative energy in Grenada. So it's being used for good causes. I'm going to give you the amount actually for one person. The fees would be roughly around 158,000 US dollars. This would not include legal fees that you're paying for. This is strictly government fees and also the contribution option that you're actually contributing. This is the total. If you go with four people for a family of four, and like I mentioned to you before, they're 16 years old or under for the two children, and this would include also you and the spouse. The total would be an amount of 220,000 US dollars. If you go with the real estate option, you're looking at for one person would be 408,000. That would be including the real estate and all the other fees, but it would not include the legal fees because the legal fees is going to be based on who you use to do your legal work with. If you go with an option of a family of four for the real estate option, it's going to be 420,000 US dollars. Also, you want to take in mind too that you have to keep the property for 3 years before you sell it. Grenada did have also a real bad disadvantage with their program in that they wouldn't let you resell the property for someone else wanting to get citizenship, but that negative has been taken out of the picture. And they have amended that law to where now you can resell your property to someone else that wants to get citizenship. Obviously, they came out with that new option because it would eliminate a lot of your buyers from buying your property if they didn't have that. They found out that a lot of people were not buying the program because of that. That's real important to have that because if you can't resell to other people wanting to get citizenship, that real estate property that you bought, then you have a problem. But they have eliminated that negative, so now you can resell that property to someone else that wants to get citizenship also. Grenada does have a tax system that's not a pure tax haven. It's a territorial tax system. In some regards it's not. If you have a Grenada corporation there that does business in Grenada, it is taxed on its worldwide income. So, if you're going to do business in Grenada, don't set up a corporation there. That would be the key thing there. You want to, you're really better off tax-wise being in places like St. Kitts or Antigua because they have pure tax havens and they don't even tax income inside the country for individual income taxes. But that's a different, tape that you can see there. The property tax runs anywhere from 0 to 0.5 of 1%, and that would depend on on the property use that you're actually using it for. There is a $100,000 EC exemption, which is roughly around 40,000 US. That's per individual. So in other words, if you buy multiple properties, you can only use that exemption with the multiple properties. It's not each property that you're actually getting. There is a transfer tax that runs anywhere from 5 to 15%. It depends on the actual the property and whether you're a resident or a non-resident. So that would be the big determining factor there. So you have to look at several factors when you're going to Grenada. Grenada actually is not a real competitive option, and the reason I say that is if you compare it with St. Lucia's got a cheaper deal if you're going with one person on the contribution option. Dominica's got a cheaper option on a one-person deal if only one person's wanting the citizenship. If you're looking for the cheapest family of four contribution option, Antigua is the better option. If you're looking at the overall better option, it would be St. Kitts, because St. Kitts has the lowest minimum, which is $200,000, along with Dominica on the real estate investment. But St. Kitts has a lot better visa-free travel than Dominica. So as a whole, cost-wise, a real estate option, St. Kitts is going to be your better option than Grenada, and also it's going to be better than Dominica as far as if you look at visa-free travel. So you have to look at that as a whole. So these are things that you want to try to examine. Now, one thing I would like to tell you about Grenada that is unique, that none of the other programs have except for Turkey on the fast track programs, is its E2 status with the United States, which means you can, if you get citizenship in Grenada, you can do a fast track to get into the U.S., have your own business in the U.S., and literally avoid the green card status and your worldwide income, even if you live in the U.S., as long as you don't infiltrate what's called the substantial presence test, which is roughly 120 days a year, which means you can have a business in the U.S. as long as you don't stay in the U.S. more than 120 days a year. And since you're not a green card holder, you're not a U.S. citizen, you can literally avoid the taxes outside the U.S. as long as you don't infiltrate or break that 120-day period for the substantial presence test. But the great thing about the E2 treaty is the fact that you can set up a company in the United States usually within about 3 months. Now you have to show that you have experience and a background, and you have to have a business plan in place to actually get that business set up in the U.S. But the great thing is you can do it real quick, like 3 months, and it's a better deal than Turkey, because Turkey, I always tell people, don't get citizenship in a country that taxes high income taxes outside the country if you're a resident. And Turkey has a 35% tax bracket. Grenada, there are ways you can get around the high taxes in Grenada. That's a different tape. I won't go through it right now, as long as you don't set up a Grenadian corporation. So Grenada would be a better option than Turkey. And also Grenada has visa-free to the Chechen countries. Turkey doesn't have that. There's all kinds of options. Turkey is better than Grenada is better than Turkey, but as a whole, if I had to pick between Grenada, Turkey, and St. Kitts, I would pick St. Kitts because of the visa-free travel, access to the Chechen countries, unless you're wanting that E2 treaty with the U.S., because St. Kitts does not have that. So that's something you have to look at. If you're not going to do that, if you're not going to exercise that E2 treaty, then St. Kitts would be better than Turkey or Grenada as far as price, visa-free travel. To me, it's a lot better option. Anyway, if you got a question or comment, put it below. Also, if you would like new videos as they come out, just hit the subscribe button to the right of your video. Also, I would like to tell you too, if you're trying to get your taxes to zero or close to zero, get some help. If it's not with our company, get it with somebody. We can show you how to get your taxes to zero or close to zero using simple techniques that it doesn't make any difference if you're making $10 million or $100 million a year. We can show you how to do it. You do have to have the right type of business. You might have to move out of a high tax jurisdiction to do it, but we can show you how to do it. Anyway, contact us through our website and be glad to help you, and we'll go from there. Take care. Thanks, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Take care. Bye.